morning. My name is Diana and I am a 14th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to A Week in My Life. So welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks or so since I came on here and vlogged. I actually vlogged. I didn't vlog last week, and I'm not really sure if I vlogged the week before. I'm kind of off on my weeks, especially now since it's like about to be Christmas break. So this is the week before Christmas break, meaning we get out at the end of the week, and so we get out on Friday, and then we have our 2 weeks off. That, you know, everyone thinks that we get off and that we're so fortunate, you know, because they're always just like, oh, you guys get summers off and breaks off, and which is true. But we also don't work 40-hour weeks. It's just plain and simple. I mean, I wish, but we don't. You know, we have more than enough things to do that get us through, and you know, and we're I was just talking to my sister yesterday, and she was telling me about how, like, my niece had got like a, you know, Christmas bonus from her job, and I'm just like, yeah, we don't get those either. And I remember when I was younger and I worked in like an office environment or like a corporate environment, and I would get like a bonus for Christmas, and yeah, but that's okay. You know, I always say, I'm like, if you become a teacher, you're not in it for the money. You know, back in the day, it used to be because you had like the long vacations and whatnot. But a lot of people are under the assumption that you get paid throughout the summer. And, you know, a lot of places don't. I, for about 10 years, did not get paid throughout the summer. They put it into, like, you know, they'd give you your amount of money, and they're just like, well, you just have to save, you know. And so every year, and I mean, yeah, it's easier said than done when you think about it, and I know you have to be disciplined, but it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like if they were to set aside money for you to, you know, to do that and not give it to you, it would be a lot easier to not spend it. Or, you know, if something comes up an emergency, you know, you're like, I had the money, I spend it, whatever. So yeah, it was like you never got paid through the summer. I mean, I know you got paid within that 10 months, but let's be honest. I mean, if you got a lump sum at the beginning of the month to like, hey, this is your whole thing for the month, you know, you have to span it out. I mean, it'd be pretty hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there are so many people out there that can budget their money and do well. There are also a lot of people that can't do that well. And like I said, not mathematically, but just like circumstance-wise. And so that becomes sometimes a hindrance. But that's neither here or there. But thankfully, I am in a district now that kind of does that, where they spread it out throughout the year. So I still get paid in the summer, technically, for not working, but those are the hours that I have already worked through those 10 months. So yeah. And but anyway, yeah, I guess that was just like my little rant. Sometimes when people are just like giving you that like little spiel, and you're just like, but you know, anyway, but you wouldn't know that if you're not a teacher, so whatever. But anyway, so yeah, so this is our last week of school, and then we go on break. I'm super pumped and super excited. I'm not excited for the week. I mean, I am, but I'm not, only because it's like, it's just gonna be such a week of like, you know, craziness. And, you know, the kids to some degree are already checked out. They're like already on break. So getting them to do work is always like, you know, it's a fight. And I mean, not in a bad way, but it's just like, you know, you get the moans and groans, and, you know, especially from the older kids. And, you know, some of them are just like, we want to do something fun. And, you know, they want to do something fun every day. And it's like, I would love to be able to do something fun every day, but you know, it's like we still have things that we have to do, you know, so it's just hard. But if it was up to me, I would like legit do like all Christmas themed things all week and not do any content. But I know that's not possible. I mean, I can throw some in terms of like, you know, like if we have downtime or whatever the case may be. But that can't be my whole focal point of this week. But I guess I'm just a little bit on the blah side because I wasn't really effective in planning this week. Like I kind of just glanced at my plans yesterday, and I kind of like started updating my slides, and I really honestly just wasn't in the motivated mood to do anything work-wise. And so now I'm like headed to work to do that in the morning before I go in, before class starts, whatever. Sorry, I was just in my brain, I'm thinking to myself that I think I have duty this week, which sucks because that's 10 minutes that I lose that I just realized as I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm on my way to school. I should be there in about 10 minutes or so. So I'll check in with you guys later. As far as like a rundown of what my day is gonna be like, I know we're still working on algebraic expressions. I know I haven't talked to you guys in a couple of weeks, so you guys don't really know where we are, but yeah, we've been kind of going into algebraic expressions and kind of teaching the kids how to like write written expressions and numerical expressions before we start hitting them with algebraic expressions. And I mean like solving them. Like right now they're just creating them and they're learning how to condense them, but they don't know how to solve for X yet. So we're getting there. We just haven't gotten there yet. And we're like in chapter 11. Well, we just finished chapter 11 of The Giver, and now we're moving on to chapter 12. In science, we've been just learning about water reservoirs, and it's just been like one like hands-on activity after the other. And I mean, they're not hard, it's just they've just been like tedious, having to like take out supplies and do this and that and the other. And so I'm just kind of like I'm over it already. And then what else? It's science, social studies. We just took our quiz on like the Mesopotamia era, so I think we're moving into ancient Egypt. And that's about it. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Sorry, I didn't mean to run so fast and so much, but it's just been such a long weekend of just like scatterbrain and a lot to do at home, and having to do the Christmas festivities with my kids. That's another thing that's an issue. Not an issue, but it's like doing all the festivities with them all weekends, like leading up until Christmas, that have kind of deterred me away from like lesson planning and doing all the things that I need to and being prepared. So yeah, the work-life mom balance. So whatevs. All right, so I'll check in with you guys later. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and hopefully it's not rainy. Well, it's not raining right now. It's more just like gloomy and misty. But hopefully wherever you are, it is nice outside. All right, I'll check in with you guys later. It is the end of the day. It is 3:49, I guess. My thing I tell you is always 5 minutes fast. So what did we do today? So yeah, we're just leaving now because this is our late day and we stay till 3:45, and so now I am headed home, and I'm heading home, probably gonna pick up my boyfriend and my kids. We're gonna pick up my mom, and then we're going to head back on home and then just kind of hang out. My boyfriend has to be in the office tomorrow, so my mom's gonna come over and take the kids to school tomorrow, which they are going to be so sorry. I just hit a curb. they are going to be so excited about, because they have been wanting my mom to take them to school for like the past 2 weeks, and she's finally gonna get to take them this week tomorrow and Thursday. So I'm just heading home now, but I just wanted to pop on here to kind of just check in. I know I didn't check in at all during the day. Just a busy short day. So for science, we did the water cycle because we didn't want to they wanted us to do some sort of like game with the students of like learning about the different like reservoirs. Basically just like if you were like a piece of water, like a water molecule, and you went to the different reservoirs, how would it be? So we decided that we were just going to do the water cycle, and so we did like a water cycle sort, and then we just watched a video on the water cycle and like what each of them are. And then I just realized that my coffee cup, I put it back there and now it's making clinking noise in the cup holder where my kids have their stuff. But anyway, so we watched a video about the water cycle, and then we did a water cycle sort. And then, I mean, we only have science for 30 minutes, so it pretty much took up the whole time. And then we did distributive property for math, and then we also started talking about combining like terms. So I think tomorrow we're going to continue doing combining like terms. I made this combine like terms coloring sheet because I saw online that a lot of people were doing they were doing a lot of where it's like they would have the kids draw shapes, like either to circle or heart or square, different terms that were like similar, so that it would visually help them like recognize the like terms. So what I ended up doing was I did it a little bit further, and so I made a worksheet with like bubble letter numbers and variables, and I'm gonna have them color the like terms similar colors. So like I'll be like, okay, well, if you have 3x and then 4x and then 6x, obviously you would color those all the same colors. But I gave them an equation and then or an expression, and then they're going to color in the like terms. And that's going to just kind of be my warm-up, because we kind of touched up on combining like terms, but we didn't fully get into the lesson. We kind of just talked about it. I had them practice it, but I still think some of them were kind of like a little confused. So I mean, they did the work and they seemed like they understood it, but they were still a little confused in terms of like as like a new one would pop up, they would kind of forget what they would have to do. So that just tells me that they didn't fully comprehend it, that it stuck with them. So we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then we're gonna do like a little distributive property puzzle prior to the lesson, and then we're gonna kind of go through that lesson again for combining like terms, and then we're just gonna practice working on that. So, and then for ELA, we just wrote some of our narrative. They're writing their narrative from the giver's perspective, transmitting memories to Jonas. So we're going to kind of continue working on that tomorrow, and then I'm hoping that they'll be done with that, and then we can kind of talk a little bit about that. And I don't know if we'll get to chapter 13. I think we're on 13 or 14 in the Giver. I think we're on 14. So but yeah, so it's gonna be a fast week hopefully, and we'll be good to go. But I'm gonna head home, and I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Good morning to everyone, and happy Tuesday. Whew. You saw me making my coffee this morning because I needed it. I probably went to bed around 12:30, which probably isn't ideal, but you know, just what transpired yesterday, and having to go and pick up my niece's car. As you see, I'm in her car today, and just having to go to Walmart and you know, get a few things, and just kind of running around. just led to, by the time it was all said and done, it was already like late at night to get to bed. So that's where I was. This is where I am now. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I don't know if my body's just used to going to bed like later and only having a few hours of sleep, like 5 or 6 maybe. And the thing is like, I wish that I was one of those people that like closed my eyes and then like woke up and it was morning. But unfortunately, I am not one of those people. And it's just one of those things where I'm constantly like waking up in the middle of the night. I am actually a really light sleeper. So like I will be constantly waking up and then, like going back to sleep. So I know that my REM cycle is probably all jacked up because just a matter of, having to get up and, go back to sleep and then get your mindset to get back into sleep and stuff. So, but whatever, I digress. I only have with today 4 days, but I mean, I don't know, I look at it like the countdown continues to 3 because today is already like going. But today we have double specials today, so that's always nice. So usually not until Wednesdays when I get like my first day of like full schedule day. Usually it's like when there's like only one special and it's like a normal schedule. It's not like all the extra stuff, like yesterday being the early day and then today having 2 specials, and then I think on like Thursday we have like library, so which isn't too big of a deal. It's only like 15 minutes or less than, but it's just, that's just another thing in your day that you have to do, and takes time away from teaching. But yeah, so today I'm just like, I don't know, me and my partner have just been like, what are we doing this week? Well, it's because, like we have a couple, like I have a couple of boys that are out. They were out yesterday, and one of them I think for sure probably might be out the whole week. He travels a lot, so just from what he's told me, so I'm pretty sure they like are traveling somewhere, and so that's why he's not here, because he's normally not absent unless they're going somewhere or like, one of those things. But so that's that. And then my other boy, he was just absent, so I don't really know if they're going anywhere or if it's just, he was just absent because he wasn't feeling well. I don't know. So yeah, so we're just kind of like, are we going to be teaching like a bunch of new things and like, having them fall behind, and then everybody comes back from break and then we have to play catch up. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'm on my way to school now, which is, I'll probably be there in about 15 minutes, which kind of sucks because I'm running a little late this morning. And normally it wouldn't be a problem. As I told you guys yesterday, I have duty this week. And so I lose 10 minutes because I have to stand outside for 10 minutes with the students watching them in the morning. I was so grateful that one of my colleagues, last week for her, I had did her duty one day because she was out. So she asked me, could I go outside and do it for her? So when I seen her yesterday, she's like, I'll just do yours this morning. And I was like, oh, fabulous. Like I wanted to ask her to do it Monday, but I was like, Monday's the day that you're coming off the weekend. So like most people that are coming in are like trying to figure out their life for the day. And so I wasn't anticipating to ask her, but she offered. So I was grateful for that. And I got to get some stuff done. So, but unfortunately today I have duty, and I don't have any other way around it. So I lose those 10 minutes of having to be outside watching students. So anywho, all right, so I'm gonna head out to school. I will catch up with you guys later and give you guys a little tidbit about the day when I catch up with you guys. All right, I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hold on, you're crooked. You're crooked. All right, you're a little better now. What is up? My niece got new like seat covers and anyway, what is going on, my friends? My friends. It is the end of the day. I know, I'm like super happy as though if, can I find this building? Oh, the seat covers. I am like beaming as though if it is Friday. But you know what? If I dream it, it will come. Ha ha ha. Anyway, how was your day? My day was absolutely amazing in terms of just overall quickness and things that we did. The kids did pretty good with combining like terms. We reviewed that today. And then we did like that coloring sheet, which I think really helped them seeing the teams. And I found this really nice video, excuse me, on YouTube that had like combining like terms. And it showed them in the form of like thinking of the terms as a team and being like, if they look alike, then they're on the same team. If they don't, they don't. And so I think that kind of helped as well. We just have to continue the multi-step process of the distributive property and the combining like terms. Cause like, I feel like at this point they kind of know the separation of the two, but then when we put them together, you know, that extra step where they're like doing one piece, then they have to do another, and then they get their simplification is where they lose it just a little bit. But we're working on that. Anyway, so, something else crazy that happened today. There was a literal bat in our school. And so again, if I need to remind you, we are in an open concept school. So therefore, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, there's a bat in the building. You guys go to your classrooms, close the door. We will have someone take care of it. No. It is like sitting there in all of its glory for everyone to see. And thankfully, it actually stayed in the same spot. It did not move because my principal was like, we have two options. We can do option one, which is wait until like 4 o'clock, everybody leaves, and then we have animal control to come in and take it. Or we can do option two, and we can have everybody go to the gym, have animal control come in and take it. And so he opted for option one because it didn't really disturb anybody, and because I think all the lights are on and stuff, it did not move. It stayed in the same spot all day. So we just had to leave the building by 4 so that way animal control could come in and like get this bat out of here. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be bat free. But it was very interesting just having this bat in our building. And again, like I said, it was just literally sitting on the wall where like everybody in the school can see it. Like there was no like hiding it, so the kids were excited. They're taking pictures with their iPads, like they legit, and like we had to do like a reroute of like our way of walking to certain places because we didn't want to go underneath it and disturb it. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then my kids were like talking about it so much in the morning that I'm like, you know what? Why don't you write a paragraph about how you'll get it out of here? And so they legit wrote paragraphs on how to get rid of this bat. Like it was no joke. They legit wrote paragraphs about how to get rid of this bat. So I was dying. But I am on my way home now. I actually printed out, so I don't know if you know, well, I don't know if I told you guys, but I do Elf on the Shelf with my kids. And so last time I did some Elf on the Shelf, I had left like an activity for my kids to do. I had seen it on Instagram, Kat Ben's Elf on the Shelf, and she had left like a little like thing for her son, which was almost kind of like a, oh, I don't know if I printed it. Did I print it? Maybe not. Oh, shoot. No, I did. Haha. She did like a Christmas code breakers, and so my son actually really liked it the last time I did it, and a couple of times he kind of hinted and said that he wanted to do another activity like that. So I think I'm gonna have Leona, our elf, leave it for him tomorrow. And then I just seen this cool one on Facebook where they can make lava lamps together, like just like a glass lava lamp. So I think I'm going to do that, but I think I'm going to do that this weekend because I would like to do that with them in the morning as opposed to just leaving it for them in the morning before they go to school. So yeah, we are down to 3 days left. So I have Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, and I'm only doing half a day Friday. So technically I have 2.5 days left. So I am pumped. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for you today, or this day with school. Right now I'm heading home. I'm gonna pick up my mom and then take her home because she actually won't be back until Thursday. So I'm gonna boot her out and take her home, and then Thursday she'll come back to take my kids to school in the morning. So, but yeah, I mean, that's all I got for you guys today. It was bat poop crazy. I'm just say that. All right, well, I'll check in with you guys later if anything comes up that I feel like you guys need to see. Good morning and happy hump day. It is Wednesday. We are officially a day and a half out. Well, we're 2.5, yes. Because today has not commenced. But like I said, I normally just count the days after. So I have tomorrow and then half of Friday, and I am super duper excited. I know I'm gonna get there. I know it's gonna come. It's just waiting is the hardest part. But I hope you guys all had a great evening yesterday. I wasn't planning on getting Starbucks this morning, but I left my coffee on the counter as I was coming out. So I got a new mailbox organizer for my students because the one that I had didn't have enough slots and it was kind of janky anyway. So I got a new one. My school, beautiful, wonderful, they had asked us if we wanted any like supplies before the end of the year or whatever by a certain date. And so I had just put a couple of things on my list. I was like, you know, if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. You know, doesn't hurt to ask, right? What's the worst they can say? No. So I put that on my list. I put more anchor chart paper. I put more Expo markers, well, the Crayola ones. I put these strips, these anxiety strips where you know, it's like they're textured and you can kind of like mess around with them or whatever. So I got those. I'm gonna give one to each of my students for Christmas. And then I also asked for some Mr. Sketch markers just because the ones that I have are running out, and for my anchor charts. And I got everything. So I was so pleased and impressed and like so grateful that I was able to get these things because, I mean, who does that, right? Like teachers, we know that we spend our own money on a lot of things. And so it was really nice to be able to get some things, not having to spend my money, which was nice because I mean that organizer alone was probably like $85 or something like that. So I was really eternally grateful for that, and I was very impressed. So I built it yesterday. Well, scratch. My mom built it yesterday. I brought it in because my plan was to build it over break and then take it back. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna build it now and then just have it and not have to worry about like doing it over break, bringing it back on Monday because, you know, that's when the Monday, the January 6th or whatever. So, yeah, so my mom, like I came in, I brought it in and I was asking her to help me. Of course, she goes in and just dives in and starts doing it. And so she built pretty much all of it. She's so sweet. And, which I think is nice. I mean, the thing with my mom is I like to do things to keep her busy, to keep her mind kind of going. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but like my mom, she, she's a wonderful woman, like the best of the best. Like my kids adore her. She's raised my kids great. Like I really attribute everything that my kids are in terms of like their intelligence, the way they speak, just the way they are in general, like to her. And it's funny because when a lot of people are like, oh my God, your kids, you know, they're so smart, or oh my God, like they talk like little like grown-ups, like they don't talk like, you know, 7 and 6 year olds. And they think because I'm a teacher that that's like warranted. And I'm like, no, like this is all, you know, my mom's doing. I mean, my mom spent the majority of time with them when they were growing up because I worked, of course. My boyfriend worked, and she spent every day with them. And then not only that, but like even after I would come home, she would still spend time with them because she lived with me. So she like really like helped me raise them and turn them into these wonderful human beings that they are right now. And so but the thing with my mom is, and I tell people this all the time, and I don't mean to be insulting or like to like talk down on my mom, but I know that she, like, the mental capacity she has is like the mental capacity of like a 12-year-old. My mom is definitely one of those people that, like, if like the stuff that we have going on today in schools with like diagnoses and IEPs and 504s and things like that, like she definitely would have been like an IEP kid. I mean, aside from the fact that she like doesn't really know how to read and write, but that I think is just because, you know, the system failed her. But I mean, I really honestly think that probably had she had more support, she would have been better at it. But you know, I know that like she, you know, mentally, I know that she's kind of not in a, like, I don't want to say normal, but like she's just not like me. She's more like, I know that her processes is a little bit different. But anyway, but needless to say, like, I love my mom to death, and so, you know, she's really great. So I like keeping her engaged. I like keeping her involved. I like keeping her doing things that kind of keeps her mind going. And especially the fact that, like, you know, I've always heard that, you know, if older people, because my mom is like in her 60s, she's not 65 yet, but she's like 64 maybe, or 63. You know, they always say that, like, if a older person has a job to do or has something to do, they're gonna, you know, live longer to do it. And I definitely want her to live as long as she can, because A, I need her so much, and B, like, my kids need her so much. Like, my son absolutely adores her. He is a grandma's boy, true and true. Like, and she's she's a boy mom, so she loves little boys. She loves boys. Like, my brother can do no wrong. You know, like, we'll all get her something for Christmas, and if my brother doesn't get her anything for Christmas, she's like, my kids don't love me. And I'm like, there's 3 of us. But, you know, she'll just chuck us all in because my brother disappointed her somehow. So sorry, needless to say, but going back to that, but yeah, so it's nice to see her kind of like dive into this stuff. And, like, you know, it's just it's amazing to me, you know, how, like, and this is kind of what I mean, like, a lot of people look at, like, students and see them, like, the stigma of, like, an IEP, a 504, or just, like, needing that extra support, or struggling, you know, with a learning disability, or just a disability, a mental disability, just in general. And people kind of see them as this hindrance, or kind of see them as, like, incapable of doing things. But to see, you know, my mom be able to do the things that she does, knowing, you know, the things that she's, you know, dealing with, is just amazing to me. And, you know, it's like, you know, you have people out there that are a full mind, sound, and body that don't know how to take care of their kids, you know, abandon their kids, abuse their kids, and don't really even have the mother instincts to do the things that they need to do for their children. And here my mom is, who I know is mentally challenged to some degree, can do wonders, and, like, can create these wonderful people, and just, like, teach them so much that like I said, my son and my daughter are super duper smart. They're super super, like, well-spoken, intellectual, and I really, like, feel like it's all due to her. So anyway, I know that was like a really long tangent, but a really long rave. Yeah, so today in school, we are going to do a scavenger hunt for math. we are going to do a science. I think we're going to take a quiz. I think we're going to do chapter 14 for ELA for the Giver. And then we haven't really been doing social studies because like our Mondays and Tuesdays are a little bit extra. So, excuse me, we haven't done social studies, but I'm going to see if we can kind of start messing around with it today. And that's about it. Today's our regular full day. So, we shall see what we get done. But I should be in school in about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to just print out the stuff for the scavenger hunt to make sure I have that. And then because I only have about 15-20 minutes before I have to go out on duty. I hate duty. And it sucks that it's the last day because, you know, or the last week that I have to have duty. But I think after this one, I won't have duty until the end of the month next month. So not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, so yeah, I will catch up with you guys later. Let you guys know how the day is going. Also, my kids' Christmas concert is today, so stay tuned for that. I'll make sure to record that so you guys can see that as well. All right, happy Wednesday. Hello and happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. Where has the time gone? I totally didn't record anything after the last, I don't even know if this was like yesterday or the day before, but busy. My kids, my personal kids had their Christmas or their winter concert yesterday, so you got to see that. And then today was just like very hectic. A lot of my kids are already on break in their mind, and they are just like, so like, teaching is just really hard right now. They just don't, it's like it's going in one part of the brain and out the other part of the brain. So I mean, we did get to do some math today, and then we did do that like scavenger hunt activity. And then we also had an assembly today, so that didn't help. But overall, I mean, it was it's like my day. It's like once I get past the morning and once I get past lunch, like the day is just a breeze, and it breezes by because it's like we have the specials, and then it's already like 1:15, and then we get out at 3, and then it's like when we do ELA and social studies, so it just flies by. But today, yeah, we literally didn't do anything in the afternoon, because by the time it was all said and done, we had to go to the assembly. So it was just a very fast-paced day. So, I mean, I'm grateful. So tomorrow I'm leaving school now. It's 4 o'clock actually. So I stayed about an hour past contract. But it was only because I'm only taking a half day tomorrow. And so I had to kind of print out some stuff for them to do. Because, I mean, they will have a little gap between like 1:10 till 2, because they have their Christmas party or their holiday party tomorrow at 2. And so the sub really only has to like entertain them for an hour or about 50 minutes, because as soon as they come back in from recess, they do deer time for 20 minutes. They have specials, and then from 1:10 till 2 o'clock is what the sub has to kind of do. So I left some activities for her to do, and then they'll have their Christmas party from 2 till 3. And then that'll be the day. So I am just super duper excited to be able to go to my son's school tomorrow. I'm like so stoked. He doesn't know that I'm coming, so we're keeping it a secret. So I'm super, super excited to see the look on his face when I come in to help out. So, but yeah, so that is pretty much it. I'll check in with you guys later. Dang it, I could have went. Sorry, I'm like waiting to like cross here. I'll check in with you guys later to kind of see how the rest of my night is going. If not, I will definitely check in with, oh my goodness, why didn't you go, person? You're blocking my way. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'll check in with you guys later. I'm a little frustrated with traffic, so I'll check in with you guys later. Good morning and happy Friday. I know you probably are like, where are your earrings, girl? Where are your earrings? Because you know when I'm wearing those, you know that it's Friday. But because it is the last day of break and right before Christmas, I wore my green dress. Today's supposed to be ugly sweater day or like Christmas sweater day. Believe it or not, I don't own any. I need to go thrifting and definitely get some for next year. But I don't have any, so I decided just to wear my green dress. And I wish I had a red sweater because then I'd look more Christmas-y. But I didn't, so I just put this one on, which is not too bad. But yeah, so I had to wear the Christmas earrings, the Christmas tree earrings, because it's just Christmas, and you know, as much as I want to celebrate that it's Friday, I just, you know, the spirit of Christmas trumps that for today. But anyway, so today it's supposed to be really easy breezy. I told you guys yesterday I'm taking a half a day today to go volunteer at my son's school for his Christmas party, or his winter party, I should say. And then so I am only going to be there till about noon, but I didn't want to take, so I had thought about taking the whole day, but the issue with that was that I did want to see my students before break. I mean, I thought that would be really sad to not get to see them, you know, right before the end of the school break, like the big break of the year. And so I was like, I'll come in half a day, see them in the morning. I ended up getting them, I got them some candy canes. I got them some sweet tart candy canes. Because I've started to notice that with a lot of students, I don't really like peppermint. And so I'm grateful that they started coming out with these like flavor ones or whatever, like different flavors, like now later's sweet tarts. I think I've seen some Jolly Rancher ones too. But yeah, so I got them that, and I mean, I put one on their desk with a little note that says have the best holiday ever. And then I got them these little like strips. They're like anxiety strips, so like they have like textures on them, so you can put them like on anything. You can put them on your computer, you can put them like on your desk, and you can just kind of like, if you're just having, you know, issues with sitting still or anxiety or whatever, you can just kind of utilize it and kind of like rub it, and it's supposed to help. So my coworker last year and the year before, I think, gave them to our students, and they seemed to really like them, so I figured why not. I think that it would be helpful, plus it's a very small gift, so it's not like anything bulky. And the nice thing was that I had my school, they had asked us if we wanted any supplies from Amazon, and I put those on there, and they bought them for me, so I didn't pay for them, the school did. So I feel like it benefits, you know, all around, with helping the kid with, you know, like they can't sit still or anxiety, or just kind of need a little comfort. And then you know, so that's kind of what I put on their desks or whatever. And then I just kind of like printed out some, you know, activities for Christmas, like a puzzle and like word scramble and things like that, and just kind of did a few of those to kind of put on their desk, because we have science, but we really don't have, I mean, we do have science, but it's the last day, and then right after science we have school families, and so I can't imagine the kids will be like concentrating and wanting to like do any kind of content, because I've already seen like the last couple of days me trying to teach has just been a little bit obsolete. So So they're gonna do that. We're gonna have school families, and then we'll probably do something for math. I don't know, maybe we'll do like a math game or something. I don't know. And then that's it. All right, so I'm here, and I'm heading to his class now, so I will yeah, so I'll show you in a minute how excited he is. All right, so as you can see, we're walking. They're taking forever because they want to trudge in the snow, as you can see. But we have made it through the last week before the new year, before 2025 and Christmas break. We are on Christmas break for about 2 weeks. So thank you so much for coming along on this crazy adventure for the last week of school of the 2024 year. And hopefully you guys have a fabulous holiday. Ring in the new year awesome. I hope you make those wonderful resolutions and stick to them, because I'm gonna try my best. And yeah, I'm gonna close this vlog out here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy holidays. Say happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Right? To you.